The UEFA A is in 3 parts. The prep course, the preparatory course, which is an introduction to the licence, part 1, and then part 2. You have, as I speak, you have 5 years to complete the course. You can take retakes if you aren't successful, but you have got 3 years. You've got 3 years to take it from your first assessment. So from the date of your first assessment, you must complete it within the 3 years. I've just completed the prep course, so an introduction to the course and the expectations, and it's really daunting, very scary, and I think what makes it even more scary is the absolute mystique around it. Even after doing the prep course, I'm still really quite foggy. I've worked with some A licensed coaches, and just like if anybody's watching me coach, they'll probably think, well, I don't have that qualification, but I could do that. So it is definitely one of those where you are trying to identify the main difference that makes the licenses, the qualifications, so varied, in the style of coaching, and of course in the cost, because my UEFA A will cost me just under £6,000, and it's a big undertaking because you need to have access to 11v11. So the qualification says that you can problem solve in match situations. As the match is happening, you can identify and resolve quickly, accurately, and you can relay this to players in a succinct, brief, calculated way, which is putting together, obviously, the other coaching focuses which would have led to the UEFA A. So that your level 1 is working at a parent-coach level, focus on the individual. Your level 2 is working on the technical aspect of the individual player. The level 3, the B licence, is working on a unit and on parts of the game. The A licence is now looking at the game as a total. You must be able to identify problems that occur and be able to resolve them. For a female player, it's a case where you have to be working with elite female athletes, elite female players, working at a centre of excellence, or working at with professional female players. With the male game, you need to be working at an academy, or working at, for example, like obviously a professional or semi-professional. So the qualification is aimed at work with strong, competent players, and I can understand that, because you're asking people to be able to do things, and if they don't have the technical ability or the game knowledge, then it's going to take a long time to work with them. But at the same time, even though I can see the reasons why, those are the specifications of allowing you to take the course. If you didn't work with those players, with players of that ability level, you aren't going to be allowed to take the course. So you must meet that criteria. But what that does is it obviously separates the people who may have the ability and the ambition, but not necessarily the access to those players. It discounts them. So one of the things I'm struggling with is getting the access to the players, with the right amount of space as well, because you need to do 11v11. I need more than the space that I have at the moment with the clubs that I'm working for. So that's a struggle. and it's a struggle that I'm not afraid of. It's just a case of confronting it and resolving that. You know, it's not a case of growing my own team, but in order to get even close to passing, you get filmed as well. There's a lot of video analysis of your coaching. Goes away to an assessor who takes a look at you, or a group of assessors, and then you get feedback. You must get a certain amount of yeses against the syllabus, and if you get 2 no's in a box, then that's a no. So it's really, really tough, because you're getting scrutinised on more levels. You're getting scrutinised more often by assessors, and they're coming to your club, or you put the session on for them where they are, but ordinarily you can do a club in-house session where they come to assess you, working with the players that you work with, or where you have access to those players. It's quite varied. It sounds very, very intense, and it sounds quite elitist. It sounds quite exclusive, you know, but we've got to respect the FA for what they've done for us as coaches, and if that's what needs to be done, then that's the challenge you need to meet as a coach. So life's about challenges. You have to have a big, firm chin to take the knocks, and a lot of fire in your belly to push yourself on. So I'm working now towards my A licence. The prep course is a good insight, which I've had. Now we just change gear. Not a problem.